首先，让我们来看威士忌的分类。依照生产地区和使用原料或制造方式的不同，威士忌常见的有美国威士忌、加拿大威士忌、爱尔兰威士忌、日本威士忌以及苏格兰威士忌。等等，苏格兰威士忌？是的，这就是闻名世界的 Scotch Whisky 了。这其中还有更细的分类，比如单一麦芽苏格兰威士忌、纯麦芽威士忌和调和威士忌。
As you already know, a tasting experience, when you smell or when you taste a whiskey, everybody's going to have a different experience because of how subjective it is. When you drink the whiskey, when you smell it, it's going to come back to your memories to determine what you actually get in it. What I put there are the main components, the main flavors that I personally get from the whiskey when I smell it. So it helps people who are not used to smelling or tasting whiskey to kind of make their idea. Because sometimes you're going to smell it for the first time and think, oh, it really reminds me of something, but I don't know exactly what. And then you see the apple there or you see the chocolate and you say, oh yes, that's the one thing I was smelling that I couldn't put my finger on.
那为什么酿造威士忌要使用橡木桶而不是其他的容器呢？首先，橡木比较容易弯曲，只需要短暂的烘烤就可以做成木桶。其次，货源比较充足，欧洲的森林有大量的橡树。最后呢，橡木拥有细密的纹理，这使得橡木桶成为了一种相对密闭的容器。再加上经过了橡木储存运输的酒还能变得更加顺滑好喝，橡木桶便这样流行开来。
So that all comes from the barrel in which we aged the whiskey. So Scotch whiskey by definition is only barley, water, yeast, and thyme inside of a barrel. So all the flavors that you actually get, up to 80% of those flavors for the Macallan, come from the exceptional sherry oak casks that we use to do the aging process. Now, whether we use American oak sherry cask or European oak sherry cask, we're going to be able to extract different flavors from the wood and give a different flavor profile to each of our expressions.
Okay.
那么，如果没有仔细品尝过威士忌，应该从哪里开始呢？学品酒要的不是量，而是要体会味道。更重要的是学会如何比较。
So for people who start with whiskey for the first time, it's all about approaching it very gently. It is an acquired taste, so the more time you take with it, the more you're going to get used to it. So rather than smelling it very hard or taking a big sip, what you want to do is smell it more gently. Keep your lips parted when you smell it, so some of the aromas can exploit themselves a little bit more. Take smaller sip, take your time with it, chew on it. Once you swallow, breathe out, and just sit down and let the whiskey express all the aromas it has to offer. Smell it 3 times before making your mind about it. Sip it 3 times before you make your mind about it. And the whiskey is going to grow on you to the point where you're going to start to get all those aromas and enjoy the whiskey that much more.
而另外一个有意思的知识是关于酒的年份。中国人都知道，咱们的白酒那是越久越纯，就像广告中说的“百年老窖”。威士忌也分年份，然而时间的沉淀带来的并不是品质上的升华，更多的是提供了不同的口味。
The quality of your barrel is the number one factor in importance, a lot more than how long you leave the whiskey in there. If you use fresh first fill cask, which is what most of what Macallan uses, you're going to extract a lot more flavor, a lot more complexity over a shorter amount of time. Now, when you make high quality whiskeys, some of those barrels are bound to age for much longer time, but the time is not what made it exceptional. It's really the interaction between the liquid and the barrel. So when you think good whiskey, think good barrels, and this is much more important than how many years it's spent in.
看了这么多有关威士忌的知识，大家是不是也有点蠢蠢欲动了呢？那就约上3两好友，备上一桌好菜，买一瓶你觊觎已久的威士忌，大饱口福吧。